Okay, perfect. I'm sorry.
So, good afternoon.
So,
My name is Juliana Acosta, and with my partners Valentina Rojas and Juliana Guzmán. We are here to do an interview about the relationship between Colombia and Turkey and something about the politics, the foreign politics of Turkey. So, before we start with the questions, can you present yourself?
okay, welcome. Good afternoon. My name is Nilsu Jamali Kaya. I'm the third secretary at the Turkish Embassy in Bogota, and I'm very much dealing with all the political, economical, the cultural, education, all type of bilateral relations in general between the Turkey and Colombia. About my life, my CV, I graduated from the Istanbul Boğaziçi University from the International Relations and Political Science. And then I did my master degree in Belgium about EU International Relations and Diplomacy Studies in the College of Europe. Then in 2021, I entered the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Turkey. And I'm working there like more than 3 years now. And Colombia is my first mission abroad. And I'm here since August 2023.
Okay, thank you. The first question is, what were the main milestones in the establishment of diplomatic relations between Turkey and Colombia?
So for this year to 2024, this year we are celebrating actually the 65th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between two countries. So diplomatic relations was established we generally consider like 10th of April in 1959. And then the biggest milestone we would consider the mutually, reciprocally opening the embassies, the Colombian embassy in Ankara and the Turkish embassy in Bogota in 2011. And since then, so our embassy is quite new here as well. We can say like 13 years. And then actually in 2022, when the previous president Ivan Duque visited Turkey in May, and the relationship between two countries was elevated to strategic partnership level, which is an important thing. I think we can say that these three are the very milestones.
The next question is, what are the main challenges facing Turkey and Colombia in their bilateral relationship?
So for Turkey, we have a very good positive image in Colombia, in America, like Latin America as well, like in general, and it's same in Turkey for the Colombia. But the biggest problem, or not the problem, but the biggest challenge is we are very far away. And historically, we didn't have very much relations because of the distance, because of we didn't know each other, like the people didn't know each other. And of course, the language barrier, the Spanish. Nobody speaks Spanish in Turkey. So it's also another big problem. And these are generally the issues as we are trying to tackle down to improve our bilateral relations. But we can say that we have a very good level bilateral relations in so many different fields. But the aim is to deepen and improve in general. But we have to promote both countries in the other countries and to make it a bit more closer in any terms.
Okay. The next question is, what benefits could a free trade agreement between Turkey and Colombia bring to both economies?
So Turkey and Colombia are actually negotiating a free trade agreement, but currently, since the current Colombian government's position to not negotiate any new free trade agreements, We don't have an agreement and we don't negotiate at the moment. But the Colombia is our third biggest partner, like trade partner in Latin America. And as all free trade agreements, so I know you're the international business students, right?
Yes.
So you're, I'm sure, more aware than me that in free trade agreements, what are their benefits? So it's a win-win for both countries, for any countries who are the part of the trade agreement. It can lower the prices. It can bring investments. It can actually bring more economic growth. It can diversify the supply chains. It can diversify the trades content. It can definitely increase the trade volume. And what can I say? Like, all are the main benefits to both countries. In terms of the countries, like, it could bring, for example, bring the more Turkish investments to Colombia. But it can also bring the Colombian agricultural sector to Turkey, or the Turkish industry to Colombia. This can be the, let's say, the specific areas, like for us, for example, the automotive industry or the domestic appliances are the biggest term. But for the Colombia, it could be like more the mining sector or the agriculture, for example.
Okay, for a question, how is cooperation manifest in relationship between Turkey and Colombia?
So we have our, I don't know, you're in knowledge of the TICA, the Turkish Cooperation and Coordination Agency, which is our cooperation agency basically, and they are based in Bogota, and they're working for the whole Latin America. And they are actually main institution who is who is coordinating all the development aids or the technical aids, or kind of we call like the South-South cooperation in terms of Colombia and Turkey. They are handling all. So we have a lot of cooperation and development projects in Colombia since last, let's say, almost 10 years. TICA actually implemented more like 150 development projects all over the Colombia. But it's not only that, not only that we are bringing something, but there are actually a lot of cooperation and collaboration between two countries' institutions. For example, it could be, I don't know, like any counterpart institutions. It can be exchange of information, exchange of best practices, exchange of, I don't know, sometimes the people and students and the academicians, all kind of collaboration and cooperation we are generally implementing between two countries.
Okay. I would like to do, in addition to Colombia, which other Latin American countries are priorities for Turkish foreign policy and why?
Okay, so as Turkey, we still have a policy called Opening to Latin America. So since 2009, actually, we are trying to be more active, more visible in whole Latin America, and opening up to all the embassies. All of them are including in this. For example, now we have 18 embassies in all Latin America and one consul general, which is in Brazil. But we are trying to be more visible. And Colombia and Brazil, they are our two strategic partners in the continent. I think it's very important to have a strategic partner, because when you are a strategic partner, it means that you have a will and you have your interest to improve your relations and deepening your relations in every field that it can be. Other than that, we have an FTA with Venezuela and Chile, which is also very important for the economic and trade relations. So yeah, our policy regarding continents is quite big and let's say grand one, yeah, the big one.
Okay, and the last question is, what specific agreements have been signed between Turkey and Colombia in areas such as defense, trade, and culture?
So we have a very, very different agreements which are signed, which are ongoing on the negotiation process, or that we both sides have the will to start to negotiate, but we're still in the process. So for these three like a field, I cannot specifically say, but we have a very much different agreements. Let's say, for example, comes into my mind about so many in, let's say, the agriculture, or in the health, or the education and the culture. They're generally more like a memorandum of understanding, and they're trying to improve the cooperation between the ministries or the institutions. For example, we have a memorandum of understanding, for example, between the ISATEX and the counterpart of ISATEX in Turkey to improve more the student exchange, scholarship, or the academic cooperation, for example. Or we have a memorandum of understanding in culture, again, trying to diversify and improve the cultural relations, cultural projects, or the implementation of this kind of projects. But defense and trade, we don't have any sign now yet, but both sides are expressing their will to negotiate ones in the future. FTA, of course, one of the biggest ones of that. And yeah, what else? Yeah, in quite all of the fields that you can imagine, we have either a MOU, or we are willing to, both sides are willing to negotiate or see one, let's say.
No, that's it. And thank you for
Okay.
taking a part of your time to do this interview.
I can ask one question. Why Turkey?
Sorry?
Why? Also, one little comment. Our country's name is now like Turkey. We don't say Turkey anymore, just to be sure about in your thesis or like when your project. And so my question was, why Turkey? Why you chose Colombia and Turkey?
Okay, the main project is for the master is to do an interview to some I don't know how to say embajada of any country or Europe or Africa. So we send many mails to this thing.
So we are the only one who answered.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Okay, thank you very much. And I hope you're the best in your project.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Bye.
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 Thank you.